Morning. Oh my God. I bet they don't see that sort of thing very often. Probably ever. Oh, dear oh me. What a night that was. Good morning. Yeah, look at these. What does that say? Yeah, didn't sleep that good. It was a weird one. I think it's the sound of the water was so loud because it's so still and calm. It's like I slept in a water feature section in a garden centre. Bloody hell. Oh, lordy. So, yeah, look at that. Just as I start recording, the sun's come up, or coming out, shall I say, because it's a bit cloudy. So, yes. Oh, God. I'll tell you what, it certainly brings it home. I haven't done this for about 2 years, really. And, oh, my God. It certainly made me think of a new few things that I'm going to need. One of them is going to be a really comfortable, like, camping chair, which isn't too big and heavy, and maybe a thicker sleeper mat, because my back, oh my God. It's weird because I remember, you know, when you blow up your self-inflating mat, and most people, including myself, will blow it up full, and when you lay on it, it's not very good to sleep on. So I remembered, oh, do you know what, I'm going to let a bit of air out to make it just right. And I think I might have let just a little bit too much air out. So yeah, shoulders and hips, you know, you could almost feel it's almost touching the floor. But yeah, it's all lessons to learn. I'm still learning, and I think we never stop learning, really. So yeah, that's the point of note from last night anyway. On a serious note though, it really does fire a few points home. You know, if we was to do this for real and you're not getting a good night's sleep, that's a bad thing. So I think focus more on sleeping well would be a really good move, actually. So yeah, I'm telling you how it is. I see so many videos of people doing this sort of thing, and they wake up and say, "Oh, I've had the best night's sleep ever." We look at their bags under their eyes. I'll say, "Sorry, mate, you're full of shit." I'm sorry, but you know we have to be honest, and it is. I slept crap. It felt like I probably had about an hour, maybe an hour and a half throughout the whole night, actually sleeping. But of course, I don't really know. And I'm not going to go down that millennial gadget measuring your sleep app bullshit either. No, sir. I don't think so. The more information that we give to others, you know, it's not good. But that's just me. Think what you want, but that's just where I'm coming from. Just looking over the river there, watching the little lambs munching around. It's really cool. It's really cool. So I think I'm just going to sit here and come to a bit. I literally got out of bed probably 10 minutes ago. And yeah, it's really late. It's 11:45 now. Bloody hell. But I'll tell you what, it's so warm in that tent last night. I slept in the nuddy. Yep. And I had the covers off a fair few times. So even at 5 degrees or whatever it was last night, I should have put my thermometer to really know. But yeah, bloody hell. Just goes to show. Everyone's different, I suppose, but that's just me. So I think definitely coffee is the first thing to do, definitely. Because if I don't get that good stuff in me, I'm just going to be moping around like a sack of lard on a bouncy castle. Go figure. Well, luckily, no one came with no visitors, no one told me to move away or wherever it is. So that's good that you know, field skills worked. Low cam concealment, you know, noise at a minimum, lights at a minimum. So yes, that seems to have worked very well, and I'm really proud of myself for that. So yeah, all them skills we learned back in the day, they absolutely bear well in the modern age. So good thing to pass on there. So we're going to do our coffee now. Good little tip, if you didn't already know it, is we're using methylated spirits. Now, methylated spirits, when it's cold, takes ages to get going. So as soon as I got out my tent and I saw it stood up on the floor inside the smock, to keep it nice and warm. It's going to make fire real easy. And we're going to be using our awesome little Esbit coffee maker. Yeah, some of you guys from the old days, my videos will remember this. And it's high time we got it out and got it to work again. Love this little gadget. Now, if I can find the link on Amazon somewhere, I'll stick it below. But that's what it is. Bizarre. And you think, how the hell is he going to get that working on a Trangia burner? Well, I've done some tinkering about yesterday and I figured something out, so I'm going to show you that as well. So if you don't know what this is or how it works, it's Esbit. I can't remember, they're over in Europe somewhere. But no, it's got, let's put that there. It's got a little strainer in the top where it all percolates through with a seal. And it's just sheer pressure that pushes it out once it's boiling through this. I know, it's pretty James Bond, and you've got a valve on the side there. It'll all become apparent when you see it in use. Now, I just store my coffee stuff in there. So I've already measured out some coffee, and I've got a few honey sachets because I like my coffee with honey. So what we need to do is to get some water in there and fill it up to, you see where that the valve is there, you fill it up to just below there. It doesn't look much, but wow, we like our coffee strong, pretty much an espresso, because we need to get Uncle Funky up and moving, don't we? So that's what we're going to do. So we've still got a bit of remnants of water from last night, so same old. Undo this. We might have to get some more water, I reckon. What do you think? Yes, I know. Can you hear the sheep? The sheeple. They walk among us, you know, friends. Oh, bugger. I'm going to have to go to the stream and get some more, aren't I? Okie dokie. So we're back. Didn't take long. Oh yeah. As my old football coach used to say, Mick Mellows from Portsmouth back in the day. Now we're cooking. That looks good. So we're going to place that in there. We're going to tip our coffee in there. Yes, sir. We're going to make this proper strong. Wowie. I'm going to put that on there. And this should just screw on. There we have it. Simple. Now, a little tip. You can tighten this really, really tight. So yeah, tighten it really tight, but just back it off a little bit. About there. It just makes it a lot easier to unscrew later on, because this is going to get hot. Damn hot. Hotter than a snake's ass, believe it or not. So we're going to get some real good quality coffee out in the field. Yes, sir. We've got our pre-warmed meths. And I'm going to be doing my breakfast as well, so I'm going to put lots in there. all we've got to do is once we've finished each time, we just snuff it out with the lid, and remember, without the O-ring. Okay, so I'll put it on top. Yeah, she's soaking up real good. It does pay to warm this, you know. You can try it really cold and you'll understand. It won't take you long to realise that. Why is this taking so long? Well, that's the secret. It's like most fuels. You know, if you smoke and you carry your lighter in your pocket, your lighter's going to work pretty good. You leave it outside overnight and try and light a cigarette or something, not a chance. So keep it warm, people. Keep it warm. Right, that's good enough. Wow, look at that. Let's go for broke, shall we? Let's put it all in there. The entire bottle. All done. It's good because it says wait for me to carry out on the hike out of here. So that's good. And don't forget, we saved our stick. So we dip, light, and light. That's it. You can't see it, but trust me, that's hot. Yes. You just literally can't see it, but it is working. All right. Very precarious, very scary thing to do. So hopefully, that's it right there. Perfect. So now we can put this over the top. And we can put this on there. Like that. Hopefully, it's not going to fall down. If it does, it's going to be a major pain in the arse. So we are going to be prepared for it. And my coffee is going to be poured into this, which is how we're going to be drinking it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to... This all looks very precarious, doesn't it? There we go. Excellent. And we just wait. Well, as we think ahead, like we always should do, when that little coffee maker is boiling and it's coming out and it's doing its thing, when it's finished, you have to take it off the heat. So do you want to use your hands? No, absolutely not. Also, this is one of the many reasons why I choose to wear a 100% wool hat. Now this happens to be a US Army issue wool watch cap. I've got about 6 of them. I love them. They're brilliant. So when that gets hot, just literally, that's going to be your glove to take it off. Hello. Comes with me everywhere I go, you know. So yeah, it's very important because, like I say, if you don't think ahead and it starts to boil in, it's going to be, how do I get it off? Because once that's empty and it continues to get hot, that's a bomb, basically. You do not want something going bang, do we? So, yep, it all makes sense in my book. And another thing, whilst we're on the subject of keeping things warm, the honey sachets that I had earlier, they're in the smock as well, warming up, okay? Already it's working because these are old. These are 3 years out of date. They'll still be good because it's honey, but it felt quite granulated inside, quite hard. So they're already warming up. So it's just going to make the whole thing a lot easier. To me, it's just common sense. But yeah, you know, I just pass on what I know. And hopefully it's going to help someone who wants to do something similar. Engaging your brain. Because let's face it, the powers that be or whatever it is are doing their best to make sure our brains are mush. We need to step away from all of that screen stuff and use our brains. Here we go. Oh, mamma mia. It's like we're sitting outside in a bar in Naples. Oh, you can smell the gorgeousness. It's going to get quite fierce in a sec, so stand by. I've got my hat on my hand already. Look at that. An espresso machine in the field. How gorgeous does that look? Perfect. Look at that. Absolutely. Job done. We're just going to leave that in there to drip out any remnants. And we can remove that. Take this and snuff her out. Just like that. Easy. That's all we got to do. Now we can just have our honey. Sweet baby Jesus. Yeah, it is still granulated, but it's a lot warmer than what it was. I think I bought these back in 2020. It's still going to work now. Can't believe people throw things away past their sell-by date. It's nuts. And 3 of these tiny little things should be just enough for all of that. Goodness. Oh man, I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to this. This is absolutely gonna send a rocket up my arse. Needed it after that crappy sleep. 100%. Yeah. Got all of the honey out too. That's Bonza. Cheers. Check me out. Yo man, I'm having some goddamn awesome coffee. Some Uncle Joe down by the creek. Shout out to the American friends out there. Oh, gee whiz. Woo! Do you know, that is so smooth, there's no bits in there. That is a damn good coffee machine. Oh, wow. And what do you want? Oh, God. Who knows Hickok 45? Life is good. Wow, I kid you not. Yeah, if you guys love your coffee, I'm not talking about the instant guys, I'm talking about the real coffee guys. Seriously, get one. You can put it on gas burners, on the campfire, put it on meths burners, whatever it is. But a good tip is to do it slowly rather than do it fast. I remember doing experiments on a big roaring, like a Bunsen burner type thing, and it came out like really weak, and lots of the coffee still stayed in there. So warm it slowly. It's worth the wait if you want damn fine coffee. Holy mackerel. Yeah, there is minimal bits in there. That's it. Coffee fix initiated. Happy days. So, wow, I can't believe the sun's coming out when I come to do some filming. It's really, really awesome. It's been quite cool and a bit breezy and a bit cloudy. But as soon as I start recording, the sun comes out. Ta-da! Superb. I was just trying to think what to do next. I think I'll give this a little wash up. Excuse me. And I'm going to absolutely have a laugh doing bacon grill. Let's pull that. Bacon grill and beans, curry powder and HB sauce. If you've not tried it before, knock yourself out. I'm not joking. I've been doing this for donkey's years now, and my God, it's really good. It's basically a prepper take on a cowboy meal, bacon and beans. So we all know bacon grill is going to last forever, pretty much. You know, if you got bacon grill and it ran out like 10 years ago, it will be fine. As long as you make sure it's cool and dark. Don't put it in the greenhouse or in the loft or in the shed. Just use common sense. Trust me, it's fine. It's brilliant. And it absolutely gets spam, holds it up in the air, and field goal kicks it right through the uprights. I'm not joking. Bacon grill wipes spam right out of it. Spam is weird. It tastes like liver and like a leather belt sort of weird smell. Blah. Bacon grill, no, gee whiz, dude, it's awesome. And yeah, once that's fried up, pour the beans in and the curry powder and the HP sauce, mix it all up and then it'll go all thick and lovely. And that is, like my mate Roach used to say, rocket fuel for humans. So here we go then. That's what I've been talking about. Bacon grill. If you can find it in the US, trust me, try it. It's way better than spam, in my opinion, of course. And some baked beans. I know some of you Americans are thinking, what the hell do those Brits find in baked beans? Well, it's pretty much a staple. And if you ask me what I would prefer to eat it cold out the tin. It's just how I was brought up, and it's fine. It's no problem at all. This one happens to be best before November 2024. No problem. And this one is December 2025. So trust me, these things will go on for years. All right. So it's time to get this out of its little pot, chop it up into bits, put it in this pan with no oil, aluminium. You guys already know who've been in the mob before. It's going to make a right old mess, but it's fine. I can either clean it up at home, or I can go down to the little stream there with all that gritty sand, and I'll grab some of those reeds, bend them in half and use it as a scourer and give it a good old scrub around in the stream, and we'll be good to go. All good field tips, mate, and they absolutely work like a charm. Doesn't it look nice? Yeah, proper nuclear fallout food for the masses. Give it a squeeze. See the edges open up a bit. All makes life a little bit easier. We've got our trusty Whirlpool 2 knife. Oh my God, I'm in love with this thing. It just weighs nothing. And that, trust me, it is razor sharp. So we're going to put it in there. Go around the edges just to make sure. There we go. Open her up a bit. I don't know if you can see. Yeah. And then we're going to leave her out, but be careful. I tend to go about halfway down to about the middle of the can, and then just put some pressure and prise her open. Now we got to hope that this knife doesn't break. I hope to God it doesn't. There we are. Ta-da! That's how you get bacon grill out of a can. For those of you who didn't know. Now it's time. I just slice it all the way down the middle. Like so. Wow. This is going to make a right mess. We chop it up into bits. Now, one of the preferred methods of cooking, which I've been using for quite some time now, is if you cut your food up small, it takes less time to cook, therefore using less energy, therefore making it a lot cheaper. Okay, so you don't have to be crazy about it. Just get it all up, chop it up. Okay. I know this is going to make a right mess because I've got no oil, see. I just thought, well, you know, you can't always carry a little bit of cooking oil everywhere you go. So we are going to do this the old-fashioned way. And do you know what? Back in the day when we had our ration packs issued to us out in the field, and we had that tiny little round gold tin of bacon grill. Some of you guys who have served before know exactly what I'm talking about. I've done my time between 1989 and 1992, so 3 years. And yeah, I miss those days. It's all boil in the bag stuff now, but back in the day, we had those golden tins to open up. So, my God, this is going to be an absolute pain to cook, but it will come good at the end, and that's what the most important thing is. Well, for this, we need to keep her open with these pits as far as it will go. So what happens is, it just sits in there like this, okay, with all the flames going up underneath. So that's why I chose to fill this all the way up earlier, because I knew I would be doing this. So we get everything ready over there. We snuff it out, and it's still good. Here's our magic lighting stick. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, there we are. So we put a drop on there, light it, bosh. All we got to do, real simple. And we put our guard. Luckily, the prevailing wind's been coming from this way, so yeah, we're all good. And we just put this on there like so, and we really pray for the best that it's not going to be as hard as I think it would be. Can you hear it? Yeah. From now on, it's all about movement, okay? Trust me, if you leave it too long, it will burn like crazy. Now what we're hoping for is all of the oils in here to come out ASAP, as soon as possible. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these up smaller. Sorry about the light, it's changing. Big clouds has come over. Oh God, pretty soon I'm going to be smelling bacon. Paul Bakima, if you're watching, mate, hi dude. I think, if I remember right, I sent you a can of bacon grill back in the day. Do you know what? I actually tried some Spam the other day, and it was absolutely different. It's nothing similar whatsoever. It really isn't. I just absolutely prefer bacon grill. Spam, I think, is just ham, but this is like bacon. It's been smoked and it's been seasoned, so it's a whole new, a whole new flavour, completely different. I remember my mate Russ, Contact Right 07, doing this, and I was thinking, oh my God, he knew what was coming, but he's still done it. So here we are, I'm doing it now, and I'm fully aware that we're going to have loads of burnt bits in there. It's practically impossible to avoid, I'm afraid. Aluminium, thin, gets really hot, and we're just relying on the oil coming out to actually give us the result that we need. I remember we done a prepper meet, me and Roach, years ago, and a good friend of mine, Gareth BKW, he actually got a whole lump of bacon grill, put it on a stick, held it over the fire, and was just eating it the outside in as it was cooking. Top marks, that man. Bravo, I say. Speaking of bravo, shout out to Steak Detective, the Ninja Man, and the Cheshire Wanderer. We'll have to get a camp sorted out soon, guys. I messaged my mate Pete Mindwiseman last night. He'll be off on Nepal soon, so hopefully I can get him out on a camp. Been long overdue, Pete, if you're watching, brother. You know it makes sense. Anyway, I'll bring you back, as the Northerners say. Wow, what an absolute glorious mess we have today. But this is quite good actually, because all of the pieces I'm just chopping up real small. They don't actually have to be surface fried, if you know what I mean. It's just the heat in there is enough to actually cook it, and you can feel the difference with the vibrations through the knife that we're firming up now. Pretty soon we'll be ready for our beanses. Like you can probably guess, look. Without oil, this is very difficult. And we're going to catch it just before it starts to burn as well. But all of them little bacon bits in there, yeah, they're going to be amalgamated for sure. You've got two choices: take it home and clean it, or clean it in the stream. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the truth. I'm going to show you what it's like before and after I clean it out in the field, because it's all good practice. What if you can't go home? What if you can't clean it? You're going to have to learn, and I'll show you what I do, all for free. Right, okie doke. We're about to go volcanic. Oh, I forgot, these have got sausages in too. So we're having a proper pork fest today. Absolutely delicious. If you could smell it, people. Oh, let's chop up them sausages a bit, eh? Makes it all easy to cook. Like I say, all I'm showing you is the truth. It smells divine. Bacon bits, baked beans and sausages. And we've got our HP and curry powder coming up soon. And here we have the secret ingredient, all amalgamated together. So we've got curry powder and HP sauce in there. Food of champions. Yeah, this just turns just boring baked bean taste into something pretty epic. There we go. Get it in there. Tell you what, the handle's getting warm, so good old wool hat to the rescue. I'll say all of the things that you think you're going to need, make sure you've got them on the hand, as it were. You don't want to be digging through rucksacks and leaving this for too long. Remember, it's constant flux, so you have to keep moving it. And then just give it a 5 seconds or so. And move them around again. This is just experience I'm passing on, because I've done this many times before. So hopefully if you guys want to try this, just remember them important rules, because if you leave it for too long, it's going to burn, and the smell of burnt food isn't nice. Oh man, I can smell the curry powder now. Should call this the curry overnighter, shouldn't I? Well, I think that's us done. It doesn't need to cook anymore. Everything is cooked. It doesn't look very pretty, but I'll tell you what, it's going to taste amazing. I'll give you my word on that. And it's easy to eat, just a spoon. No need to chop anything because I've already done it as I've been cooking it, see? Delicious. Right, off we come. Same old. Whoa, that made me jump. Remember, take the O-ring out and just all you got to do. Easy. Yummy. Mmm. Porky poos. Oh my God, I can smell it. It's so good. So good. Yeah. Now let's hope it tastes probably better than it looks. I'm pretty sure it will. Oh, good. Oh. Oh. Oh, wow. That is so delicious. Oh my days. Can't wait to clean this little pot out after. There it is. It's probably not going to be in focus, but oh wow. I tell you what, I'm so glad I made the effort to have coffee and do this. I could have easily just indexed and just got out of here, but oh wow, this is going to give me the energy that I need to do some more filming, square away the camp, and then do the inspection of the leave no trace policy, which is very, very important, obviously. These little things are really good, by the way. It's an all-in-one pack, and you can fit a lot of stuff in there, and it's very versatile as well. All you need is meths, but you can, at a pinch, remove the burner and just put twigs in there to do a twig fire. All you need is a good supply of twigs and constantly feed it, but yeah, it will absolutely do the job. So highly recommended. The Swedish Trangia mess kit. Oh God, bacon overload. Wow. I'll tell you what, that curry powder and the HB sauce really does give it a new dynamic, certainly. So, I'm just going to sit here by the stream with sun and dappled shade, listening to the babbling brook, tromping my way through bacon madness. Well, that was fan-bloody-tastic, but look at the state of that. I don't know if you can tell because of the light and the shade, etc. But yeah, there you go. What an absolute pig to clean, but it's not impossible when you know a few tips. Same as before. As soon as you hear it go, that's it, job done. Real simple. All right. So we're not going to wait for the jets. We're just going to plonk them straight on and not waste any of that heat. And we got our spoon, which is also manky, and we're going to be using this to aid lifting off all of these bits. And trust me, you won't believe how cool this is. Well, she's just come up to boil, so we're just going to leave that for a period of time. Then we're going to use our hat, because this handle will be hot, because as you can tell, the steam's blowing this way, and therefore the flames coming out of the opening is coming this way too, so that's going to be hot. Just to be careful, all right? So we're going to hold it and have a little test. Yeah, you can feel it coming off. I don't know if you can see, but look, see how easy that's coming off now. It just takes a bit of time, and you can feel the bottom is getting smoother again. And you can probably tell by the state of the water, it's getting more and more of that crud coming off. I'm going to say, you don't really need scourers, you don't really need washing up liquid and brushes. Just need to use your brain. Yeah, I would say we're about 50% clean already, and it's only taken just a few minutes. Well, as you can tell, it's reducing a lot. Now, like I said earlier in the video, I'm more into survival rather than bushcraft. And I'll tell you what, in a survival situation, you would absolutely eat this or drink this, 100%. And even though we got the water from the stream, most things, once it's been boiling for a minimum of 5 minutes, it will kill off any bacteria. So you'll be absolutely good with this. And yes, it doesn't look appealing, but the protein and carbs that are in there will literally keep you going for a whole day if you had nothing to eat. Obviously, you know, supplement your diet with wild edibles. And, you know, when I think about it, I think I might do a little series of videos about wild edibles, because, you know, what are you going to do when all of your rations run out? You know, it's high time we started educating ourselves on what we can eat for free. And hunting isn't as easy and as straightforward as most people would realise, especially if they've never done it before. So, like I say, why would you need to carry a scouring pad, a scrubbing up brush, some fairy liquid? What are you going to do when that runs out? You know, little tips like this could be a real game changer moving forward. And to be fair, you know, the British Army nowadays, it's all boil in the bag, you know, throw it away. You know, we all learnt this stuff a long time ago. I feel lots of skills are being lost. So I just feel good passing on these old school skills, especially to some of the new guys, or indeed if you're any age. You know, if you don't know this, you don't know this. So like I say, I just want to pass all this on for free, and hopefully one day it's going to help someone out. It smells quite nice. It's like a bacon, bean, curry juice, basically. So yeah, once this is done, it's pretty much done now actually. We take it down to the stream. You can either consume it, you can either bury it in the ground and cover it over, or you can put it in the stream and just let it just get washed away and mingled up with everything else. And over time, insects and bugs will feast upon this, and then it will completely disappear. And I know some of you are thinking, oh man, that's gross, but you know, I think lots of us have been bubble wrapped from the truth, and this is the truth. This is what it's actually like. Feels good. I can't feel any sticky bits at all. So let's get down to the stream and see the results. Well, there we have it. Let's see what happens. I've chosen a part of the stream which is actually quite fast flowing. Look at that. And we're going to give it the final cleanup. But I'm pretty sure you'd agree, that's not a bad thing to know, because we all know how bad and gunked up that was. So yeah, field hygiene, seriously important, people. You don't want to get tummy bugs, especially when the big day comes, all right? Okay, so we've got our reeds we just picked off. See that there? Yep, it's coming off really easy actually. Just move those stones out of the way, because it's the grit that's doing the job. And any river, you're going to find grit. You're going to get in there and give it a good old clean up. There we go. I think we'll be okay now. So we lose the reeds, You get some water, give it a little swirl. Look at that. You don't really want to leave burnt on food and try and cook up some water or whatever it is. You're going to give yourself massive food poisoning issues. So all we do is we leave that to dry out in the sun now. Happy days. Wow, here we are. And yep, I've been a little bit busy. Everything is squared away, including the leave no trace policy, which I've been banging on about since 2012. It's really important. I do get disheartened when I go to some places and I just see rubbish, evidence of fires, beer cans, you know, people defecating and leaving poo paper in the open and in the forest. It's disgusting. And to be fair, it just gives us folk who do what we do properly a really bad name. So the strange thing was, earlier on when I was packing up, I had a nice chat with the farmer here, and really cool, down-to-earth guy, and he can see that, you know, I'm doing it properly. You know, I don't think he's ever had anyone here before, and like I say, I think it's a lesson that we all need to take on board and pass on to others. You know, if we do go out for walks, or indeed we're off camping somewhere, practicing survival skills like I do, you know, if you do see people that are just blatantly taking a pee, just have a word with them, you know, because if you don't, who will? So it's down to us, you know, we have to respect our land. It's pretty much like the Native Americans, you know, where they used to camp. They stayed there for a period of time, dependent on nature. And when they come to the conclusion that it's time to move on because they're using up resources, they left no trace and everything grew back just how it should be. And that is why they remained mobile for so many years, because they were thankful of the land and not taking a pee out of it. So if we can learn from those guys, I think it's a good thing, you know. So what I'm going to do quickly is just to show you around basically how I do things. I just call it leaving a place sterile. So no evidence that you've been here. You know, every fag butt, every cigar butt, every beer bottle top, every burnt bit of firewood, any tiny little tear off bits of like some packaging, every single thing gone. Even all of the wood that I was carving with my knife, every single piece has been picked up, either burnt or coming with me in a carrier bag. Now it's up to you whether you want to lose your waste on the way home in, you know, random bins, or indeed take it home. It's entirely up to you. So I really do feel strongly about this, and I can't emphasize it enough, because what we don't want is people to say, you know, they've been caught out and the place is a mess, and they mention my name and it's just not on, you know. So, you know, I always make sure that I make a bit of a thing of it, because I do believe it's seriously important. All right. So had an absolute amazing 25 hours, I suppose, completely unwinding, re-evaluating some kit. Like I say, I think I need one of those camping chairs because I'm getting on a bit, and laying on the hard floor in the damp isn't the best way forward. So I thought, you know what, maybe I'll have a hunt around to get some really cool portable chairs or something like that, because it's a good way to absolutely unwind more, you know. Hammocks aren't really an option here, to be fair, with the lack of trees, so it is important. And the night's sleep was pretty bad, mainly down to the air mat. I believe it's not wide enough, and I'll probably let too much air out, and yeah, it wasn't really comfortable. So what I might do is find myself like a rectangular sleeping bag rather than the tube Arctic tents. It just gives us more freedom to move around and be comfortable, and indeed a wider mat. Okay, like I say, I can't emphasize how important it is to get a really good quality night's sleep, because if you do this on a regular basis and you're not sleeping very well, you all know who you are, I'm included in that. I think it's high time that we put ourselves first to make sure that we're comfortable. All right, so absolutely blessed, really. It's been an absolute tonic for me, and I do really enjoy solo camps on my own, because I get to unwind, I get to reflect, I get to practice skills and stuff in my own time, at my own pace. What I found camping with others is most of the time is spent chatting all of the time and not really learning much. So for me, have a mental health reset and learning some skills is awesome. It's perfect. And I absolutely encourage anyone who really feels they want to jump in at the deep end doing this sort of thing, watch my first video, first night in the woods. I think it's a 4-part video. I learned so much on that first solo camp, it's crazy. And I've taken it all the way through to now, and I'm still learning, you know. No one ever knows it all. I don't care who they think they are. No one's a perfectionist, but we all try. Excuse me, that's the bacon grill repeating. So yes, had a wicked time. So let's just have a quick tour of where I've been. So as we walk in then, all of my stuff is centralized in the same spot. That area right there was where my tent was, and all of the admin stuff going on there. It's absolutely as it was, how I found it. I've decided to leave some of that dry firewood there, because like I say, I spoke to the landowner and it's fine for me to come back, which is really cool. So there's no point wasting it, and it's just going to dry out even more all the time it's there. All of my stuff there is the BRECON, rubbish, and all of my food and whatnot carried there. And where we had the fire pit, was right there. And that was the seat I was sitting on. So, yeah, it's all good. Always make sure you respect the environment. I am not kidding, guys. Don't scrimp. Even if you leave one beer bottle top, just pick it up, take it with you, okay? So we're leaving it as we found it. And there's our wonderful stream. What a lovely part of the world. There's so many places to discover in Wales. It's insane. It really, really is. So on this glorious day, we're going to head on home that way, and we'll be off. That's a wrap. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks so much for staying right to the end. I do appreciate that, you know, time is very precious. So to watch all of this, you know, thanks so much from my heart to follow it all the way through to the end. And I just hope that you've learned something. I hope you felt inspired. I hope you unwound. I hope you've had a few laughs. And it really is important. But what I did find by making YouTube videos over the years and looking through comments, there's so many people saying, oh, what are you wearing there? Where did you get that from? What's that called? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put as many links as I possibly can under the video where I got my stuff from, okay? The trousers, the boots, even the t-shirt from a friend of mine who is ex-Special Forces on Instagram, Heavy Machine Gun Company. One of the best t-shirts I've had it 10 years now. It's absolutely worth its weight in gold. So yes, so if anyone is interested in anything that I've used and featured in this, please look underneath the video. And if you can, you don't have to. I appreciate the support if you can, because this is my full-time job now. So there's all sorts of donation links, and there's a GoFundMe page, PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, Ko-fi, all of those things are in place, and indeed super thanks. So yes, this is my job, and I can't believe I had the balls to walk out of that crappy job a few years ago and ended up doing something that I genuinely love. So if I've helped you in any way, hit me up in the comments, and I'll do my best to go through them. And yeah, until the next time we meet, my brother Tack said over in the US. You guys take care. Thanks for watching, and stay funky.